Hello everyone and welcome back for some more movie and TV gossip, secrets and drama. So there's a lot happening right now with Taylor, Frankie Paul and Dakota Mortensen from The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. In the past week alone, a 2023 video has been leaked. ABC has cancelled the entire series of The Bachelorette that Taylor is on. Both of her exes have filed protective orders against her, and Season 5 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has been shut down. There's a lot of information to get through, so I'm going to go through and explain the timeline of events as well as the backstory for those of you who may not know. Also, it's important to note that a lot of this information is based on allegations and unnamed sources, and so far none of this has been proven in court, so please bear that in mind. And with that, let's get started. And if you like these videos, please make sure you hit subscribe to be notified when I post more content. Who is Taylor Frankie Paul? For anyone who isn't familiar with the backstory, Taylor Frankie Paul is the founder of Mom Talk, a group of Mormon mum influencers based in Utah who blew up on TikTok making dance videos and lifestyle content together. In May 2022, Taylor went viral after revealing on a TikTok livestream that she and her then-husband, Tate Paul, had been involved in what she called, quote, soft swinging with other couples in their circle. She claimed multiple couples in the group were participating, saying, quote, everyone has hooked up with everyone in this situation. That confession ended her marriage to Tate, caused a massive fallout within her friendship group, and generated so much public interest that Hulu commissioned a reality TV series called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which has now run for 4 seasons. Taylor has been the central character of the show from the beginning and is known as the leader of Mom Talk. During season 1, she began a relationship with a man named Dakota Mortensen, and it quickly became one of the show's main storylines. Their relationship was on and off again for about 2 years. During that time, Dakota cheated on Taylor with multiple women, and it became a recurring issue. In season 2, Taylor discovered that Dakota had been dishonest about his behaviour early in their relationship. Then in season 3, she accused him of exchanging flirty messages with a friend of her family. Despite all of that, they continued getting back together, and they have a son named Eva, who just turned 2. Taylor also has 2 other children, Indy, who is 8, and Ocean, who is 5, with her ex-husband Tate. In February 2023, Taylor was arrested following a domestic incident with Dakota. She was charged with aggravated assault, 2 counts of domestic violence in the presence of a child, child abuse, and criminal mischief. She ultimately pleaded guilty to a single charge of aggravated assault. The other charges were later dropped as part of a plea deal, and she was placed on 3 years of probation, which is set to end in August 2026. The body cam footage from the arrest was shown in the very first episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and Taylor explained that she and Dakota had reconciled shortly after it happened. However, they have since broken up on multiple occasions. In 2025, ABC announced that Taylor was going to be the lead of season 22 of The Bachelorette. That decision was controversial from the start given her history, and some fans and former contestants questioned whether Taylor was the right choice. Her season of The Bachelorette was filmed and set to premiere on the 22nd of March 2026, but what's happened in the last couple of weeks has changed everything, so let's get into that now. The production shutdown. On March 15th, 2026, TMZ broke the news that production of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 5 had been shut down. Sources connected to the series told TMZ the drama between Taylor and Dakota had erupted during filming and become intense enough that production could not continue. People magazine then confirmed the story, with a source telling them, quote, they are not filming. Taylor has some pretty serious stuff happening regarding her past, and they will see what happens. Until that resolves, they are off. The timing of all of this is also important. Season 4 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives had premiered on Hulu just 3 days earlier on March the 12th. That season followed Taylor in the lead up to filming The Bachelorette, and throughout the season, she and Dakota had kept fighting and also hooking up despite being broken up. The season ended with the reveal that Taylor and Dakota spent the night together the night before she was supposed to leave to film The Bachelorette, which actually caused her to miss her flight the next morning. So viewers had literally just watched their messy relationship play out on camera, and then just days later, the news broke that things had become far more serious off camera. The Draper City Police Department confirmed to police that there is an open domestic assault investigation involving both Taylor and Dakota. Importantly, they stated that, quote, allegations have been made in both directions, and that police made contact with both parties on February 24th and 25th, 2026. According to TMZ's reporting, which cites multiple sources, there were several alleged incidents in February 2026 between Taylor and Dakota. The first incident reportedly took place at Dakota's home. Taylor and Dakota were spending time together when an argument broke out about Dakota's romantic past, specifically his involvement with Shania Powell, a new cast member on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives who had been brought into the show via Miranda. Shania and Dakota had been romantically involved, and Taylor had already publicly called out Shania on social media before deleting the post, calling her a, quote, snake for sleeping with her baby daddy. Sources claim the argument between Taylor and Dakota became physical. Taylor allegedly choked Dakota with his necklace, grabbed his throat and face, and their son Ever was reportedly in the room while this was happening. One source told TMZ that Dakota called the police that night, but Taylor convinced him to change his story and tell the officers everything was fine. She reportedly apologized and returned to his home the following night. There was then another incident the next day. Taylor allegedly scratched Dakota's neck and threw his phone against a wall. Then, the next day, a friend of Dakota's saw the marks on his neck and contacted the police themselves. There was also a separate incident reported from late February 2026. Taylor and Dakota were allegedly driving in his car when they got into a heated argument. A drink was spilled on the seat and on Dakota, and things escalated from there. This is where the two accounts then seem to differ. Sources connected to Taylor say Dakota became enraged and got physical with her, whereas Dakota, on the other hand, apparently called the police and said that Taylor was the aggressor. Both sides are telling very different stories about this incident, and there doesn't seem to be a verified account of what actually happened in the car. The Family Services investigation. On top of the police investigation, TMZ reported that Dakota had contacted the Utah Division of Child and Family Services multiple times, alleging that Taylor had been physically abusive to their son Ever. Taylor denies these allegations completely. According to TMZ sources, Dakota has been frustrated that no action has been taken based on his reports. As a result of the various allegations, both Taylor and Dakota have reportedly been ordered to undergo psychological evaluations. However, sources close to Dakota have disputed that any evaluation was ordered for him specifically. TMZ also reported that Taylor and Dakota have not spoken in 3 weeks. They were still sharing custody of their son Ever, but the situation was so strained that they were not actually handling the handoffs themselves. Other people were stepping in to transfer custody from one parent to the other. The 2023 video fallout. On March the 19th, 2026, the situation escalated dramatically. TMZ published a video from the 2023 incident that led to Taylor's original arrest. This was the video that had been referenced in court documents and used by prosecutors, but until now, this video had not been seen publicly. TMZ said the video was a copy of evidence from the case. The video was reportedly filmed by Dakota on his phone back in February 2023. It shows Taylor putting Dakota in a headlock before backing off. She then charges at him and tries to kick him. The situation then escalates further when Taylor grabs a metal bar stool and throws it at Dakota.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, look at you. Look. Yeah, look. This is called physical abuse. Yeah.
I don't give a f.
Let me go. Stop. Dude, leave me alone. Oh my gosh. Your daughter is right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my. You're
The police report noted that the child later had what was described as a, quote, goose egg on her head from being struck by one of the stools. At the end of the video, police can be heard entering the house after a neighbour filed a noise complaint. Taylor does yell, quote, "you threw me" several times during the video, and she later told police that Dakota had thrown her to the ground before what was captured on camera. The video does not show what happened before the recording started, and NBC News has noted that they have not independently verified the video or seen the original full version. TMZ also obtained a 2023 substance abuse and mental health assessment from Taylor's criminal case. The counselor who interviewed Taylor noted that she did not recall much of the night after drinking vodka, and her score on an alcohol screening test indicated she was what the report called a, quote, intermediate problem drinker. Taylor's spokesperson responded to the video's release by calling it part of Dakota's, quote, never-ending, desperate, attention-seeking, destructive campaign to harm Taylor, and also said that it, quote, conveniently omits context. They also pointed out that this video was released 3 years after it happened, and it was also released on their son Ever's 2nd birthday, calling the timing, quote, reprehensible. Taylor told NBC News, quote, "I will have my truth." Her representative also issued a broader statement saying Taylor has been, quote, silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, and is gaining the strength to face her accuser. Dakota responded through TMZ saying, quote, "As anyone who has seen the video will understand, this is a deeply upsetting situation. I am focusing on our son and his safety, and I hope Taylor will do the same." The Bachelorette cancelled. Although this video was from back in 2023, within hours of that video being published, ABC announced that Taylor's entire season of The Bachelorette was being cancelled. The season had already been fully filmed and was set to premiere just 3 days later on March 22nd, 2026. A spokesperson for Disney who owns ABC said, quote, "In light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we have made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family." A source connected to The Bachelorette told TMZ that no one at ABC had actually seen the 2023 video before TMZ published it that morning, so the network was essentially blindsided. This is reportedly the first time in the entire history of the Bachelor franchise that a fully filmed season has been cancelled before airing. Taylor had been doing a full press tour in the days leading up to the premiere. She was at the Oscars on March 15th, appeared at a press interview on March 17th, and had been doing interviews over the entire week. During one appearance, Taylor said, quote, "My heart hurts to see it, to go through it, especially at this time. The timing is hard and it's a big deal." People also noted that the timing of the video seemed very circumspect given that it was right before The Bachelorette came out, and that the video was in some ways presented as though it was recent, whereas in fact it was from 3 years ago, and the video did not offer any new information because Taylor's arrest already noted what had happened in the video 3 years ago. The fallout from the video being released, however, was immediate. The company Cinnabon, which had a collaboration tied to the show, confirmed that they were terminating their partnership with both The Bachelorette and also The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. NBC also reportedly cancelled Taylor's upcoming appearance on The Tonight Show. TMZ reported that ABC had already hired a crisis PR team before the cancellation, as producers were reportedly blindsided by the domestic violence allegations earlier in the week. TMZ also reported that an emergency virtual meeting was held with all 22 Bachelorette contestants on Thursday after the cancellation. Sources on the call said that the production team told the contestants their contracts were still in effect for 1 year and warned them not to speak to the press. There's reportedly talk about some of them appearing on a different show called Bachelor in Paradise instead. Doug Mason, who is rumoured to have won Taylor's season and reportedly got engaged to Taylor during filming, posted on Instagram supporting Taylor after the cancellation.
Yo, good morning everybody. In light of everything that's happened, I'm just sending out prayers to Taylor, because that was her moment and her moment was blocked. So all we can do right now is just be hopeful, and I'm headed off to run to watch the sunrise. So hope you guys have a great day, and let's stay positive and show nothing but support for people in need.
Taylor responded to his post commenting, quote, "My heart goes out to him." According to Reality Steve, Doug and Taylor broke off their engagement after he visited Utah a month after filming Wrapped. However, The Sun photographed them together in Los Angeles the week before the cancellation, apparently filming bonus footage for the series. Protective orders from both exes. On March 17, 2026, Dakota filed for a protective order against Taylor in a Utah court. In his filing, obtained by TMZ, he detailed what he alleges happened on February 23rd and 24th, 2026. He said that he was at Taylor's home with their son Eva when an argument escalated. He alleged that Taylor choked him and then he had to physically remove her hands from his neck. He claimed that she shoved him into a window and struck him. He described the situation as, quote, chaotic and frightening. Dakota also alleged that their son Eva woke up from the commotion, in which he said that Taylor yelled and screamed. He said he called 911 for help, but alleged that Taylor, quote, pressured and manipulated him into telling the dispatcher their child was sick so the call would end. In his filing, Dakota wrote, quote, "I was unable to safely leave while this was happening, and my child had been left inside the home during the chaos." He also claimed that after he eventually left, Taylor texted him saying she had a bloody nose and needed medical attention, which he believes was an attempt to get him to return and stop him from calling the police. Dakota's filing requested temporary sole custody of their child Eva, and that Taylor not drink or use drugs during her parenting time. He also referenced Taylor's 2023 arrest in the petition. On March the 20th, 2026, a Utah court granted Dakota's request. The temporary protective order means Dakota has full custody of their child Eva until at least April the 7th, when both parties are due back in court. The order states that, quote, no parent time is allowed during the scheduled hearing, meaning Taylor cannot see her son until then. She must also stay at least 100 feet away from Dakota, including his home, and is not allowed to contact him by phone, email, or mail. The only permitted communication between them has to go through mediation tied to the custody case. Taylor will also get the chance to present her side at the hearing on April 7th. On top of that, there was also something that happened at the courthouse. TMZ obtained photos of Dakota at the Utah courthouse, where he ran into Taylor's ex-husband Tate Paul. According to TMZ, both men were there on the same day to file separate protective orders against Taylor. They reportedly did not coordinate and arrived independently, neither had attorneys with them, and they were photographed talking in the lobby. The child, Indy, who was hit by the bar stool in the 2023 video, is one of the two children Taylor shares with her ex-husband Tate. That might give some context as to why Tate may be also seeking a protective order against Taylor. The cast's response. The rest of the cast of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has collectively stepped back from filming. A source close to People said, quote, "None of the women want to be associated with her." Another source close to production said, quote, "The girls are very overwhelmed. They all banded together and they don't want to come back right now. They were just getting tired of Taylor, honestly." The same source added that everything had been going smoothly before the alleged incidents, but that, quote, "The girls do have a resentment towards her," meaning Taylor. They described it as a group decision, saying, quote, "They kind of all decided as a unit that they're taking the production pause and they don't want to film right now." TMZ reported that the cast themselves were the ones who refused to continue filming, even though the producers wanted them to keep filming. So this was not a network decision, it was actually a cast decision. NBC News also reported that on March the 7th, the cast members had a Zoom meeting with ABC executives where they raised concerns about continuing the show with Taylor's involvement. Audio from this call obtained by NBC News included one cast member saying, quote, "It's a dangerous situation, it's a sad situation, and we don't know how to navigate it because Taylor is our friend." Another cast member reportedly said they did not feel comfortable filming while Taylor is being investigated. And it's also been alleged that one of the executives on the call with the cast was trying to brush things under the rug and was trying to get the cast to continue filming, but the cast said no. Cast member Michaela has also posted on Instagram stories confirming that production on season 5 of the show has been paused. After this 2023 video of Taylor and Dakota's incident was published, some cast members have spoken out publicly. Layla posted on her Instagram story saying, "My personal history as a survivor makes it impossible for me to stay silent. I stand firmly against domestic violence in any form." Miranda also broke her silence, saying that she was, quote, "at a loss for words," and that as a human and especially a mother, I cannot support this kind of behaviour. It also came out through TMZ that during the season 3 reunion taping, Dakota actually accused Taylor of being abusive towards him on camera, but that entire exchange was apparently cut out and never aired. The production source told TMZ that both Taylor and Dakota made allegations of physical outbursts against each other during the reunion, but that segment was removed because it did not relate to the season they had just filmed. So for many people, this raised some questions about how much the production knew about the situation before it became public, and whether the show should have taken action about this before the video came out. The cast has also confirmed that Shania, which was the woman that Dakota was involved with in the latest season, will not be joining the show for season 5, and they also suggested something more was coming out about Shania. That is why a lot of them have fallen out with her.
Is Shania going to be joining
definitely not.
Mom Talk?
Oh no, absolutely not. No.
And she's not welcome on this
She
show?
snaked way too low.
Is this stemming from what happened between her and Dakota?
There's more. It'll unfold
Okay.
eventually.
So like when Dakota does shitty things, we're like, shocker, Dakota's a shitty person. He's going to do shitty things. And so I think we watched that kind of unfold with like Miranda's friendship with Shania, where they had a very long-standing friendship as well. And so not only what Shania did to Miranda, but also Taylor, and yeah.
She's just not a girl's girl.
So in general, this situation with Taylor and Dakota has caused a huge amount of fallout in the space of about a week. Taylor has temporarily lost custody of her son, her season of The Bachelorette has been cancelled, and season 5 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has paused production because the other cast members are uncomfortable filming, and there is clearly still a lot more to come. The April the 7th court hearing will be a significant moment because that's when Taylor gets to present her side, and the court will decide on the future of the custody arrangement and whether the protective order will be extended. So we'll have to wait and see what happens and if any further details emerge in the future. But let me know in the comments what you think about this situation, and did you know about any of this information before? If you want to get early access to my videos as well as other benefits, please consider becoming a member of my YouTube channel. It just costs a few dollars a month and it does really help to support the channel, and I'll put a link to that in the description. Please like and comment on this video because it does help to boost it in the algorithm and promote it to more people. And please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you like these videos because it does make a big difference to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join me again in some future videos. Thank you so much. Bye.